Hello everyone, it's Kay from Crafting with Kay. How are we all doing? In the room with me is Pickle. So, I said I would, and here we have one of the kids' cross-stitch kits out, and I have dug out all the stuff for this flower. This is going to be kind of a tutorial with a how-to and everything, so I've gotten all the colours out that we need for the flower. And yeah, now what you're going to need is pair of scissors to cut threads, and I use a pen, but you could also use a highlighter or something for the pattern to tick off as you go along. So I've dug out all my colours. I've got a light pink, dark pink, yellow, red and green. So here's the pattern. This is the needle that comes with it that we will thread up in a second. And yeah, and this is the mesh. Now this is a kids cross stitch kit. So this is very typical for these sort of kits, is that you get this plastic mesh and a plastic needle. So yeah, what we're going to do is, that's cool, actually I could do it from here. I was going to fold the material to find, sometimes what you do to start a cross stitch is halve the material, half the pattern again. And where this joins up, right here is the middle, and then you find the middle here. But because this is actually the same size, I can just start with the yellow if I wanted to. Now the reason I'm doing this video is because one of my oldest videos that I made 2 years ago has the absolute most views. It's blown all the other videos out of the water. It's got, yeah, nice, sweetie. It's got 8.4k views. It's got a stupid number of views on it. This was when I just did cross stitch for the first time in a long time. It was with another kids kit, and people wanted a tutorial because it was new to me. I hadn't done cross stitch in a long time, so I just did it as a, I'm just going to speed, so I did a time lapse of it. And yeah, but since then a lot of people have asked about a tutorial, so that is what I'm going to do. So like I said before, usually you find the middle, which would be here, and you find the middle of your kit, and that's where you start usually. But because again this is the same size as the mesh, I'm going to start with the yellow. So before we do anything, we want to get our threads. So let's unknot this. I don't like undoing knots. There we go. But yeah, any questions, anything I don't go over, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Let's grab. So this works with DMC threads. I don't know if it will work with this, but keep hold of all this and just pull. Keep this tight. No, it doesn't work. Never mind. With DMC threads, the way that they are wound, you can pull one bit and it will come off. So this is actually a really long piece of thread. So we are only going to want to do single threads with this because it's a very thick wool. And let me show you something. Okay, I found it. So this is a needle threader. So they usually just look like this. They don't often have the hooks on the ends. Personally, I've never used these hooks for anything. I'm not really too sure what they're for, to be honest. But we just want the threader. So if you struggle to thread a needle, whether it's this type of needle or metal needle, here is how you use a threader. So you just put that in there through the eye of the needle. This is all springy, so you can move it how you need to. And you just put it in just a little bit. And when you pull off, your needle is threaded. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm going to find the other end and just tie a knot. Whoop. It's alive! So you want the knot to be big enough that it's not going to come through the holes. So I usually double or triple knot. And what I do to keep the knots in the same sort of area, when I wrap around, when I poke it through, I keep my fingers down here near the knots and just scooch it, pinch down on there so it stays in that area. Yeah. Right, so let's put in the, I hate putting in the first stitch because that's the most nervous for me. So what I want to do is I want to find where I'm going to go. So I'm going to go here. So how does this work out? Let me just have a look, see. Yeah. Let's go here. There we go. Pull this through. And then we just go in the top corner to make our diagonal line, because it's all diagonal lines. This plastic needle does not like going through. See, so we've got a diagonal. And then to make it a full cross, we're going through the bottom. And then go in at the top corner again, make another diagonal, and then that will make your cross. Pull it all through. Ta-da! So we've got our first cross. Let's zoom in a bit as well so you can see what I'm doing. So now that we've got our first cross, I can see on here that we've got 1, 2, 3 crosses. So we can go along. And this is why it's important to do this bottom corner near, not the last stitch to go into, and I'll show you why in a minute. Because it's where the next stitch is going to go. So let's do our first one like normal. So pull it through. Now if we went up in the top and then down, because we've just gone through here, what do you think is going to happen when we go to put our first stitch in there again? What's going to happen is it's going to pull that stitch out. Oh, got a bit of a knot at the back there. There we go. See, it's taking that last stitch out. So what I'm going to do is where this comes through, I'm going to put this back down here to undo that stitch. That's going to pull it all through. So that's that stitch undone. So now I can put it back where I want it to go. So down here in the corner. So each time cross stitches are X's. So that's all you're doing. You're making X's across the canvas. So I've got one more I need to do, and then that's that row done. So make sure you're okay at the back there. There we go. So we've got our 3 stitches along the top, like it says on the pattern. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pattern. I've got my pencil. I use pencil because I can rub it out if I ever want to redo the pattern again. And I can just cross off those 3. So I know exactly where I've been. Wherever you stitch, you cross it off. Because then you know where you've been and what you've got left to do. So in this next pack, see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X's to do next. So let's do this. I'm going to do this one slightly differently. I'm going to show you how you can just go across in one load. So I do a bunch of half stitches, so I need to do 5 half stitches. 1. I'm starting in the top corner purely because I'm going this way now. That's just a personal preference. You cross stitch however you want. But I'm going to do 5 half stitches. And I'll show you why in a second. So I've got to remember to stay in the camera angle. 1, 2, 3. 4. And 5. Okay, so I've got my 5 half stitches, and then now I'm just going to go and complete each and every one, because then I'm going to end up back over here with a full set of crosses. Now if you want your crosses to look the neatest, you want to keep all the crosses going in the same direction, where you do it exactly, so you do the same, you go from bottom to top, 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 and so on and so forth. Do that the whole way through. Hey sweetie, 1 second guys, sorry about that, little one wanted something. So let's finish this little row. Do, 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 do. There we go. So we've got our second row done. So we've got 5 crosses. Obviously it's harder to see the crosses in wool, but this is a kids cross stitch kit. When you do a more adult cross stitch, you'll be able to see, because the threads are thinner, you'll be able to see it a lot more clearly. Yes sweetie? Sorry, little one wanted something again. But here's an example. See how you can see the crosses on this one a lot clearer? It's because these are singular threads. This is a different project I'm working on, which is Iron Man. But the same difference, it's just on a bigger scale and a fluffier scale. So yeah, put that back in here. Okay, so because we've done that row, we're going to cross this off and work on the next 5. I'm going to time lapse this quick part just so that I can get it done and we're not all just sitting and staring at, well, me just doing this. I also don't want to over explain stuff because I don't know if I'm making sense or not. So yeah. Okay, so I've just got one more stitch to do, and this is going to be the last stitch in this colour. So I want to show you how I end a thread. So I start off doing my normal first half of a cross stitch. Now this is where I do something a little bit different. So what I do is when I come up and pull the thread through, I won't pull all the way through. I will leave a little loop at the end. So I might make that a little bit smaller. You can leave that as big or as small as you want, so that when I go in next time, before I start pulling it all the way through, I want to put my needle through the hoop, because that will create a little knot. So it's just tucking itself inside that loop, and then as you pull, it knots up. You could also run your needle through the backs, just as an added bit of security, through some of the backs of the stitches. This is all on the back of the canvas. And then snip. And then that's all tied in place. So that's our first part of the stitch done. Let's take that off the thread. So we've done all of the yellow, the center of the flower. Next up we want is the red. So let's get a red thread. Just put this back in its sheath. So here we've got our red thread. Let's unknot this. I'm going to push that yellow off to the side because we don't need that one now. So undo this lot. See, this one's just one long piece. So we're going to do what we did last time. You can thread it yourself or use the needle threader again. There we go. I've also recently done a video on my channel about all the cross stitches I have in my stash. So if you're interested in that, have a look-see in it. So again, I'm going to knot it. I don't want it there. Why can't I remember how to do a knot? There we go. You know when your brain just doesn't want a brain? There we go. One knot, two knot, three knots. So there's plenty of other people that also cross stitch and stuff. This is just a small bit because I don't want all that huge tail. What I'll do is snip that off so there's not a huge amount to catch on, and then just to tidy, you don't have to do this, this is just to tidy it up a bit. I'm just going to snip that a bit smaller. There we go. Okay, so we've got our needle threaded, knotted and ready to go. So this is our pattern. Let's try moving the camera a bit. There we go. So where do we want to start? It's up to you how you want to start. I am probably going to start, I'm going to start here. No real reason why, but I can see that here is 1, 2, 3 crosses in that little row there. Each cross is 1 cross stitch. So I've got 1 cross, 2 cross, 3 crosses. So that's 3 stitches, if that makes any sense. So I want to put that in right here. It's going to get a bit tough because you've already got some thread in there, but with a bit of a wiggle you will get it through. Now this one I'm going to do complete stitches the whole way across because there's only 3. And it's kind of like our starting block anyway, so you can kind of cross stitch how you want to, how you need to. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and number 3. Hey sweetie, you okay? So of course I have my assistant Pickle with me today. And she is wanting something. Let me finish this stitch a minute, sweetie. There we go. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Madam wanted another treat, but she's still eating something, so... Right, so we've crossed off our 3. So, where are we going to go next? I might work this way. Might go upwards. Or I could go down. It's really up to you, but basically we're going to do all of the red is the next goal. So if I go up 1, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go across 3. Where was my last stitch? My last stitch was at the top. See, I'm looking where my last stitch was because I don't want to, because my last stitch was up the top. If I put my needle through here, I'm going to pull that stitch out, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go up here to start these. Actually no, let's do 2 stitches. So I'm going to do 2 stitches. And there's a reason I've decided to do that. Ignore the pickle in the background if you hear it. She's having a bit of a strop, bless her. We know you're there, sweetie. Right, so we have got our 2 stitches, and there's a reason for just the 2. So if I cross those 2 off, what I can start doing now is go up 2, then up 3, up 3, up 3. So I want to go up 2. I'm just literally following the pattern, and because I'm following the pattern like going upwards, what I'm going to do is, because I want to end up back down here, I'm going to do half stitches to get up and to get back down. One half stitch and 2 half stitches, and then I'm going to go back down to complete both crosses. There we go, so I've done those 2, and then I can cross those off. Next one is, if I could do that properly, there we go. So the next one's got 1, 2, 3 crosses up. So again, I'm going to do half stitch. I'm going to do 3 half stitches going back up, and then complete them on the way down, because this way I am going to end up back down here at the base where I want to be. Don't have to do it that way, that's just how I'm choosing to follow the pattern. There really are any number of ways to do this. It is completely up to you. One, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. There we go. And then cross it off. Okay, so the next up, again, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got another 3 stitches. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to, again, fast forward me doing these next couple. And yeah, I'll be back with you in a moment. Be a blink of an eye for you. So as you can see, I've gone down and followed through for here. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, just so I can get over. So I'm going to go 3 down so I can get over. And 3. There we go, that's 3. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to go over 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. You can see I've got a little knot that's turned up, so I'm just going to try and untwizzle this. On the last stitch of this red, so what we're going to do is what we did with the yellow. Do my half stitch, go back up but leave a hoop, and then go back through like we usually do, and put it in through the back of the hoop. And then pull. That's it, knotted in place. And then again, if we want to make sure it's doubly secure, let's go under some of these stitches. Wherever it is you can get the needle through. And then that will go underneath and act as a bit of a tether as well. So that's all the red done. There we go. There we go, and we just keep repeating the same process all the way around as we work along. So next up is the dark pink. So let's unknot this one and figure out where we're going to start with this one. Let's have a look. There we go. Right, so we've got one thread of dark pink, or hot pink, whatever you want to call it. We're going to thread it again, put the threader through the eye. There we go. And pull it through. Done. And then we want to find the end again and knot it. Hey sweetie, you're right. You okay, sweetie? Pickle's right next to me. There we go, got our knot. Right, let's figure out where are we starting this time. So let's start over here, because that's where we kind of started last time, maybe. Or let's be a bit different. Why not? I'm going to start here and go up. So I'm going to start over here and go 1, 2, 3 up. There we go. So I'm going to do my half stitches again and just work on this whole thing again, just in the pink colour. So 1, 2, and 3. This is a lovely shade of pink. There we go. I find that I quite like working up and down, up and down. Some people prefer to go rows across. It's really whatever you're most comfortable with, to be honest. So I'm going to go down 3. Keep going, keep going. There's a lot of thread here. Do 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 do. There we go. Right, that's our 3 starting stitches. So 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go around again, I think, anti-clockwise. But again, it's completely up to you how you work. If you want to do rows, go rows. I'm just enjoying going up and down at the moment, so that's what I'm doing. Oh, hey sweetie. Here we go. Now I'm going to do my knot again. So I'm just trying to get it to go through. Make sure I've got a little hoop. Oh, 1 second. No, she decided to back away. So I've got my hoop. I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to go behind it and pull. There we go. 1 second. And I'm back again. She wanted something. Of course. So now that that's all knotted, then I'm going to go down the back of a couple of stitches. Where can I get through? This is where you kind of just wiggle around until you can get through a stitch, if you should want to. And let's cut that. There we go. And voila! So it gets rid of this colour thread as well. So we're getting there. We haven't got too much left to do now, have we? So, next up is the light pink. Here you see we've got a lot of thread. Whenever you run out of a colour, when you get near the end, do what we've just done. Tie it off and then rethread and re-go. There we go. Right, there's the pink. Needle. There we go. And knot down the other end. There we go. Just realised I haven't coloured in that last bit. And then we're just going to pick a random place and start again. So I might start over here. So how many stitches up is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches up. So I'm going to do my little half stitches again. Actually no, I'll do full stitches this time. Purely because otherwise I'll be back down here, but I want to go around, so do 5 full stitches up. So got 1. Two. I will say I've been doing this for over an hour now, so I will shorten and condense this video down as I need to. Purely because I don't think we need an hour, probably 2-hour video by the time I finish this. 2 to 3 hour long video. So I will be time-lapsing and taking out bits if I need to. Because you should be able to follow along pretty easy. Just 3, we need 2 more. Hello again, sweetie. What's up this time? You're okay. Okay. Nearly there. And last one. And then voila, we've got our first little row done. Remember, you can work on this however you want. I like going up and down, but you can easily go across, left to right, right to left, down, up, down, even diagonally if you really wanted to. It's really how you find the most joy in getting this done. So let's cross that off. And then again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work around and come back over here. As I get down to here, go along here again, go down. So yeah, very simple pattern to follow. I chose this one because this is the simpler of the two patterns, I think, to follow. This is the butterfly one, which is also relatively simple, but it's not going to be as simple and straightforward as the flower. So I thought I'd do the flower. If people want me to, I can also do the butterfly on camera if you should wish to see me do that. It's up to you. But yeah, let's crack on.
Redditor update.
Hello again. So, it's been a whole day since I've been here, but a blink of an eye for you. So, as you can see, we've got all the flower done. This took me approximately 2 hours or so to do all of the stitching and stuff. There's the back. Some backs can be really messy, some are really neat. Honestly, to me, backs don't matter. It doesn't matter how the backs look. It's the front you want to look after. So, but you can see how because I've done the same stitching the whole way, for most of it, it's all very neat and organised on the back. But yes, so we've just got the leaves and stems to go now. So we want some green. So yeah, how is everybody getting on with this? Let me know. There we go. So yeah, it's taken me a lot longer than I thought. I thought this was going to be a quick, easy project. Don't get me wrong, it is quick. Well, it is easy and it's very simple. But I was expecting it to be a lot quicker. That's my bad. There we go. Got my green. Oh my. Okay, so I see. It's one huge long thread. Okay, I might actually cut this in half because I don't want to work with that much thread. I get worried about knots and stuff. As you may have seen, I've had the odd couple of knots here and there. So what I'm going to do is find the two ends, which I have, and I'm just going to cut it in half because, yeah, that's way too long. I don't want to work with something that long. There we go. Right. So, got my threader, got my needle. Again, just pull through a little bit, and voila. And then I've got to knot the other end. Is there anything missing from this video that you would want to see in future ones? Any points that you deliberately want me to go over? Okay, so nice knot. Let me move the camera out a bit and zoom in. Right. So here we go. We've got. So I'm going to start up here. Actually, no. Where am I going to start? I was going to start up here. But now I'm thinking actually I want to go a different way. So. Let's start. No, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here, I think. So that is here. See where it's the two bits that go down? The two bits that go down. So yeah, I'm going to start there. There we go. I'm going to do this one as a few full stitches until I get further along. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of copy how it kind of goes up and along and stuff. Just because I can. Okay, it's completely up to you how you want to go about it. Like I was thinking of going down, then over, and then across again. But I decided not to. It's literally just depends on how you're feeling at the time. There we go. So I hope you've all been enjoying this video. I'm not sure how long it's going to be in total, but I'm going to speed up footage and stuff where it's just literally just the cross stitching part. Once I've spoken, once I finish talking about what I'm doing, then I can speed through the rest. Or it's going to be a very long video and I don't think we need that. Because, yeah. I don't think anyone wants to sit down and watch a 3-hour video or something, you know. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But we're getting there. Go. So it doesn't take long to get a couple of stitches in and stuff, does it? So, yeah. I'm going to go sort out my daughter because she's moaning about something. Okay, all sorted. Yay. So, we've got 4 and 2. Let's do again so I know where I've been. And this time I'm going to go up 3. So yeah, I'm going to go up until I hit the flower and then come back down. Yeah, just so you know, all different styles of cross stitch, they have different symbols and such. So for example, this one is very, very simple. It's just crosses over the threads like you would see on the actual mesh, because this is kids or beginners sort of cross stitch, very simple and easy to follow. But if you look at something like this one, for example, each of those represents, each different symbol represents a different colour. And then you've got things here called fractional stitches, which personally I'm very new to fractional stitches as well. And that's where in the space of one cross you've got a couple of different colours. But yeah, and then you usually have like, shows you your DMCs or what colour threads to use for what symbols. So there are different types of cross stitches and stuff, and I'll show you another style as well if you have Pattern Keeper, because you work on bigger kits or different designs. Here you can see these are all symbol 8. But if I was to zoom out, got the odd other colours. That's just because of this section. Let's zoom out a bit and go over here, for example. Again, you've got different symbols representing different coloured threads. So you've got a difference between this style of cross stitch pattern to follow and this style. So yeah, don't know if that's helpful at all to anyone, but it did just pop into my head that I could mention that. Yeah, I'm gonna work on finishing this today. Today being Monday. Yesterday was Sunday, which is when I started this video, and my plan is to have this up either this evening or tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. So not that this means anything to anyone, because I'm just you'll see it when it goes up. So yeah. reason my phone overheated and it decided to stop recording. So whilst it's cooling down, I finished one leaf, and now we're going to follow along for the stem. So yeah, good sign that it's going to be a good day today if stuff's breaking down, but we'll get there. We will indeed get there. So this is where you're going to be careful of where you're stitching. Because now we've got to follow this here pattern. And then another one. So I'm looking at this. So I did that one. That one's like in the middle. I'm not too sure where that one's supposed to be, because unlike fabric, you can't really deviate from the actual lines. So I'm gonna put that one down, I think, maybe. So this is those three done. Next up, so next to it, I want to go down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or as the case may be now, 4. I'm not too sure, but hey, you know, we'll work this out as we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, right on the very end, and then I can go back up. Getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. Okay, I'm going to try turning my camera light off because I think it's overheating a bit again. I think it's because I've also got it on charge, but yeah. Right, so that's those ones done. Next up, I want to go up here. So we want to go up by 1. Actually, because I'm running out of thread, I'm going to do full stitches. Originally I was going to do half stitches up and then come back down on myself, but because I'm running out of thread, I will do it this way. So we want to go over 1. And then go up. So this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Nice. It's going to be tight. Give myself a tiny tail. And I might just be able to make it. Just about make it. Alright, let's get my needle in. Where are you? Now we want a small loop if we can. Just so little, I'm just gonna here. And pull. And I'm just going to thread this. Where can I thread this through? There we go. Just about. Right, so let's colour that bit in. And then what I'm going to do is when I rethread, I'm going to come here and then go across. So we want this and this. If I can find the end, there we go. That one's very happy at the moment. Find the end. Be alright? Right. Okay, so I want to come down over here in line with this. And I've got two of these axes right next to each other, one above the other. So let's do that. No, I don't want to go in there. I read it wrong slightly, so let's just put the needle back through. Take out that mistake. Right, there we go. Because I don't want to go up, I want to go down. I didn't quite read it properly, that's my bad. There we go. You happy over there? I guess that's those two. And then I've got one over here. There we go. So we've got another random one up on diagonal. Let's go up over one. Which is this one. You're so happy. You're so happy. She's giggling away to herself over there. Voila! And now we're going to go next to it. So we're going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be where you will see if you've got the correct number of stitches going everywhere. I think I have gone down one too many, but that's fine. I can make it work, I think. So 2, and then up 1, 2, and then up 1, go up 1 again, and it should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm gonna have 5. That's fine. I think what's happened somewhere is this whole section should be an additional stitch up somewhere, up by one, because instead of having 4 up, I've now got 5 up. But considering it's the last area and it's a leaf, I don't think you're going to notice, so I should have enough thread to finish this. So I'm just going to keep going. And there we go. We have our completed cross stitch. So let's zoom it out a bit. And voila! We have our completed cross stitch. It's all coloured in because we've done all of that. And this is how it looks now. So yeah. I would say this probably took roughly 3 hours. 3 to 4 hours max. plenty of leftover as well, because these will also be used in the butterfly, in the second pattern. Let me know if you want to see that as another video or anything, or if there's anything I missed in this video going over. This is my first time kind of doing a tutorial with cross stitch, so I really am not too sure, to be honest, but I hope it's helpful to some people. And yeah, so yeah, there you go, one completed kids cross stitch kit. Whee! Thank you very much for joining me on this journey. Embrace the love, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.